Okay, so here is the story time for you guys. I'm sitting outside waiting on my son to get out of school. Excuse how I look, guys. I look a mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. As you all can see, I am working on trying to clear my skin up. I bruise really, really bad when it comes down to bumps and acne and scars, and I pick with my face a lot because that's just what I do when my nerves is bad. So pretty much what happened was, I met this one guy and he was tall, light skinned, had a deep voice for his age or whatever. He looked like a grown man and it scared the shit out of me. But you know, he told me his age and stuff, and I thought he was cute. We didn't have much conversation because we were young, so we just kind of switched numbers and that was that. So I get back on the floor, skate around some more with my friends, get off, eat, go to the bathroom before getting back on the skating ring. And so another guy, not as cute, really dark, lemon head, you know, pretty much hadn't reached his glow up. Let's just say that he hadn't reached his glow up yet at that age. And you know, I wasn't attracted to him at all, but I didn't want to be mean because I have such a conscience on me, guys. Like, I cannot do anybody wrong, and I didn't want to feel bad about giving him the wrong number, because I was gonna give him the wrong number, baby. I really was. I should have gave him out. So yeah, so he asked for my number. I was gonna give him the wrong number, but I decided to be a little angel that I am, and I gave it to him anyway. And that was that. I didn't think anything else about it, because I was like, you know, he's not gonna call me, or maybe I won't have to answer, or maybe I can put him in the friend zone. A couple of days after that, I forgot all about it. You know, I knew that I had a good night at the skating ring, but I forgot about the numbers that I gave out. So I got a message and I was like, who is this? And he was like, you know, this is yada yada from the skating ring. So I got all excited, y'all. Like, I really thought this was the first guy that I had gave my number out to. And so we talking back and forth. I never thought to even ask him how he looked. I never thought to ask him, like, you know, to figure out which one, because I forgot all about the other one. And we talked. We ended up talking for weeks. We hit it off. As far as, like, you know, the goofy childish stuff that you look for with your first boyfriend, he had it all. This is the time before we had, like, picture phones. This is where you can only play like the snake game or whatever. I don't think we had, no, it wasn't a camera on those little Nokia phones. So we talked and all that, and I still thought that this was the light-skinned guy. Somehow we find out that it's not the light-skinned guy. I don't know if he mailed me some pictures, or was this, I think this was even before MySpace. So I think he emailed, somehow I got his pictures, I think through email or something like that. I really can't remember. And I was like, oh shit, this is the wrong guy. I have been catfished. I was catfished before they even knew anything about catfish. Oh my God, like, really? So yeah, I was catfished because I thought that he was the first cute guy, but he wasn't. He was the not so cute guy who hadn't glowed up yet. He all right now, since he's grown. Anyway, by that time I liked him so much, and I was like, well, maybe he'll start getting cute to me. Like, it didn't even matter at that point, because he was my first boyfriend, so I was head over heels from him. We hadn't met up yet. He went to a different school that was almost like 45 minutes away from me, and we just talked all the time. That's all we did, is just talk on the phone all the time. So then he finally ended up asking me to come to his birthday party, which we did. And I was so nervous, but I met his friends and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, is he gonna think that I'm cute, or are they gonna think that I'm cute or whatever? But come on now, like, I was too cute for him in the first place, so I don't even know why I was worried. Anyway, moving on. So I ended up falling in love with him. We went to the prom. He's older than me, so I think I went to his junior prom and his senior prom, but I ended up losing my virginity to him, and I'm thinking that he's a virgin. You know, we had plenty of conversations and stuff, and I'm thinking that he's never even done it before. So I'm gonna give you a little bit background. My first time, and it's probably TMI, oh my God, Nah, you don't need to know that. So apparently he said that I was really advanced and that it wasn't my first time. It couldn't have been my first time. Now, knowing what I know now, I think he was just saying that to make his conscience feel a little better. So moving on along, he ends up graduating, going to college and stuff, and things just started to really drift off. Like, he wasn't talking to me as much, he wasn't calling me as much, he was making it seem like I was getting on his nerves because all the stuff that we would normally do, he was no longer into doing, because now he's about to be exposed to college girls. One day I got a call from his best friend, and me and his best friend were like this. We talked every day. It was like my brother too. And he called and he was like, well, Chetney, he said to check your voicemail. So I checked my voicemail. I'll be damned if it's Donnell Jones on my voicemail. Where I wanna be. Yeah, I hate that song to this day. So he put the whole song on my voicemail. All that. I hate that song. I hate that song. Left that on my voicemail. Pretty much he was breaking up with me because what he's trying to say is he's going to college, he's moving on, he wants to try out other things, other people, and pretty much since I was in high school, I guess I wasn't as advanced, or maybe I was boring, or you know, shit, he was going to the beach. Why would he want to bring the sand to the beach? So that broke my heart. That really broke my heart. And his best friend's like, stop crying, and you know, pretty much that I shouldn't be sad about him leaving, and that I should be happy that he doesn't want to cheat on me and stuff. And then he let the shit rip. He let me know all the people that he was talking to, all the people that he was going with at that time or whatever. And I guess he did it not to kind of turn on his homeboy, but to know that I really loved him and I really wanted to be with him, and you know, so he know how heartbroken I was. So he was just kind of, I guess, trying to make me feel better about the decision of us not being together anymore. So then it got to a point where I finally got my shit together and I started talking to another guy. And it was so hard. This time he was from my school. It was so hard for me to talk to the new guy because I was already very picky about who I wanted to date in the first place. And so that heartbreak, it just like sent me on through there. It almost took me on to glory, girl. Let me tell you what. I really started liking the guy that I was with. He was in my same grade, so I didn't have to worry about nobody leaving me because they were too old. You know, they were older than me, and now it's time for them to move on to bigger things. So it took me by surprise, and I ended up liking the guy, the new guy that I was with, which was an all-star. Oh, he was cute too. He was so fine. Shout out to you. You know who you are. But he was an all-star. You know, he played baseball, football, basketball, all that stuff. He was known. I was known. I was in the band. I danced. I was a majorette and stuff, and a cheerleader. But you know, just kind of moving on. So I guess one day he had called me, and I was with my new boyfriend. And I was just like, you know, I gotta go right now, I can't talk. And he was like, why? So he kept asking why, and I guess he got an attitude. So it frustrated me, like, why are you trying to call me now when you said you were done talking to me? Like, I'm over it, I'm done. They never come around until they see you doing good. Always remember that, okay? So I finally told him, you know, I had company. He's like, who is it that you're with? And I was like, I'm with such and such. Now, I didn't realize that he knew this guy before, because I would have never known, but they went to elementary school together and I had no idea. So he's like, oh, so you talking to that yada yada yada. Like, he was down in my boyfriend for nothing. Like, where you been at? I guess the college life wasn't as it cracked up to be, and you realize that you lost a really good girl. So I think he said a couple of things. I said something. I was like, well, I gotta go. He was like, okay, really? And then he said something. I don't know if I laughed or was being sarcastic, or he was being sarcastic or whatever. He was like, yeah, so, you know, since you want to go there, since you think it's funny, I had a baby on. That's why I had a baby on you. Now laugh at that, laugh at that. And I'm like, okay, well, if somebody is pregnant now, no, like, I had a baby on you. My baby, and I'm like, what? And I think pretty much come to find out that the baby was maybe about 2 or 3. I'm 16. You don't know how devastating that is to a 16, 17-year-old girl who was in love for the first time, got dumped, and then you tell me that you have a baby. Okay, So the sting is stung, but it didn't sting as much as the information that I got, because by that time, I guess I pissed him off so bad that he was just ready to go ahead and spill the whole tea for me. So he's like, yeah, I got a baby. That means that you had that baby when we were together. Oh, I was so devastated. I cried so bad when I got off the phone with him. I cried to my new boyfriend about the pain that my old boyfriend caused. And it made me love my new boyfriend just at 10 times more, because he sat there and he was there for me. But when I tell y'all, I was so devastated. I was so devastated. Like, how is that your first heartache? That was my first heartbreak. I got catfished, and then I got dumped, and I got cheated on. And I don't know if that's all if that's the worst part, or the worst part is that he was ugly. And then come to find out, when I got old enough to start like working, I started working at T-Mobile, and you know, that's almost like another college. It's like a lot of college kids and a lot of young people working there, whatever. So I ran across some girls in my training class, and I'll be damned if those two girls was talking about how they was actually having sex with him too at his school when he was with me. Let me tell y'all something. It's one thing to get cheated on, but to get cheated on, to get dumped, and for somebody to have a baby on you. And that is my first relationship. My very first relationship. Baby, I should have known then that the relationships wasn't for me. Like, I should have knew right then and there, but I hit my head, and that's some bullshit. But yes, honey, I got catfished. I got dumped and cheated on with a guy who had a baby on me when I was 16 or 17, and he was ugly. I'm pitiful. I'm pitiful. I lost all hope, guys. I just lost all hope. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was like, damn, like, I know I'm not, I can't be ugly. I can't be that ugly for somebody to treat me like that. And I ain't got no ugly, I don't have no ugly attitude, no ugly personality. So I really didn't understand how I just got treated so badly. So it just made me feel like, are you dumb? Like, you're vulnerable. You got to step your game up, because this ain't where it's at. It's not where it's at. So my thing is to these young girls out here, like, just try your best to protect yourself. I'm not gonna say that all people are like that, but don't, you know how we be trying to, you know how people say you might as well get you an ugly person because they the only ones gonna treat you right. No, boo-boo, they wrong too. They dirty. A dirty dude is a dirty dude. A dog is a dog. It's gonna bark, it's gonna smell, it's gonna stink, it's gonna do all that. If you dirty, you dirty. So yeah, that is my story time for today. I'm gonna come back with some more. I hope it's not too dragged and just too depressing and stuff for y'all, but like, I really been through a lot of stuff, and what I look like don't even have anything compared to the things that I've experienced in my life. So I guess it's kind of therapeutic. I'm very kind of personal, but these things are long gone. It's in the past. I don't hold any grudges towards him now, but I don't got nothing for him either. If I see them, I'll still speak, you know, but that was, like I said, it was years and years ago. But I'm telling y'all, you better watch out for them little ugly people, because guess what? Them little ugly people think they the shit. Little ugly bitch think she the shit. That was him. Okay, guys, so make sure that y'all comment, subscribe, like. Tell me about you all's first breakup. Have you ever got catfished before? Have you ever been heartbroken before? Did you ever get dumped before? Like, tell me, just tell me I ain't the only person that ever been through this shit. Let's chat like Christian Mingle. Comment down below and tell me your stories. And if you like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I will catch you guys later on the next story time.